Hey everyone, welcome back to another gameplay session of Gloomhaven enhanced with Lego bricks. Today I'll be doing the Outer Ritual Chamber. My characters are currently in Gloomhaven. I've got a little bit of town business to do. In the last episode, my characters both leveled up to level 5, so they've got some extra health, they got an extra perk, an extra ability card, and I can add another small item to their inventory, because the number of small items they can equip is equal to their character level divided by 2 rounded up. So 5 divided by 2, 2.5 rounded up is 3. So they can each equip 3 small items. Now the Spellweaver already had an extra small item in her inventory. I'll go over that in a minute. But for the Brute, I need to purchase a small item. So I'm going to purchase a minor power potion for 10 gold. Although, since my reputation in the party is 9, I get a shop modifier price of 2. So it's actually only going to cost me 8 gold. While I'm at it, I might as well make another donation to the Sanctuary of the Great Oak. So that's 10 gold. So my total cost today will be 18 gold. That'll put me down to 87. So I get 2 bless cards, and I bought a minor power potion. Stick the 2 bless cards in my deck and give it a shuffle. And I also made a change to my Brute's deck. I swapped out one card, the card that I earned in the last episode. So my deck for this episode consists of Trample, Eye for an Eye, Skirmishing Maneuver, Hook and Chain, Juggernaut, Leaping Cleave, Unstoppable Charge, Spare Dagger, Provoking Roar, and Warding Strength. I took out Grab and Go and I replaced it with Skirmishing Maneuver. The Brute's equipment, I have the Iron Helmet, Minor Healing Potion, Second Skin, Boots of Striding, Mountain Hammer, Minor Stamina Potion, and now the Minor Power Potion. While I'm on the Brute, I might as well pick my battle goals. So the Brute, I can pick between Streamliner and Sadist. Streamliner would be tough. I find I always use a lot of my cards. Sadist, kill 5 or more monsters. That's probably doable. Right now there are 9 monsters in the dungeon with the possibility of there being more, so I could probably kill 5 of them. So I'll pick Sadist. For the Spellweaver, I'm also going to donate 10 gold to the Sanctuary of the Great Oak. That puts her down to 81. I don't need to buy any equipment. I already had one in my inventory. So it's just the Sanctuary donation that I'm spending gold on. So again, I get 2 bless cards. I also made a change to the Spellweaver's deck. The cards I'm taking into the scenario are Fire Orbs, Flame Strike, Flashing Burst, Frost Armor, Forked Beam, Mana Bolt, Reviving Ether, Engulfed in Flames. So the change I made is I took out Ride the Wind and replaced it with Engulfed in Flames. So in both characters I took out my loot cards. There's not a lot of gold in this dungeon, so I figured looting's not going to be a big thing for me, and also it's a very small dungeon, so I didn't need the secondary effect on those cards, which was the mobility. For the Spellweaver's equipment, I've got Iron Helmet, Minor Healing Potion, Piercing Bow, Cloak of Invisibility, Minor Stamina Potion, Boots of Striding, and the Minor Power Potion. For the Spellweaver's battle goals, I can pick between Pacifist and Workhorse. I'm going to go with Workhorse. I think I can gain 13 experience. The other thing I need to do while in Gloomhaven is I need to run another city event. Taking the card off the top of the deck. The Sleeping Lion. Surely there is no better place to get a drink and relax after clearing out some dank dungeon. On this particular occasion, though, you are approached by a heavily scarred Inox. She sits at your table and pushes forward a piece of paper. An interested party would like to hire you to steal a valuable figurine from a residence in the battlements, she says matter-of-factly. The details are on this paper. Meet me in the back alley in 2 days' time after the job is done. Option A. Accept the mysterious job. You can handle anything. Option B. Incredulously explain she must have the wrong people and you won't take the job. I think I'm going to go with option B. I don't feel like being a thief tonight. You grab the Inox's arm as she is getting up to leave and push the paper back toward her. She looks incredibly angry as you explain that your group doesn't do this sort of thing. She wordlessly grabs the plans and storms out of the bar. No effect. And this gets removed from the deck. Alright, all the town business is done. It's time to make our way to the Outer Ritual Chamber. Along the way I need to run a road event. Again, drawing off the top of the deck. Walking through a stretch of lowlands, you see a man in armor sitting against a large boulder. As you get closer, you see that he is bleeding from his side. What luck, he says. I got separated from my detail and then had an unfortunate run-in with a bear. I'm afraid I no longer have strength to stand. He looks at you imploringly. You wouldn't happen to have a potion or something you would be willing to give me? I just need a little extra energy to make it back to Gloomhaven. Option A, help out the guard. Option B, claim you have no aid to give and move on. Well, I'm feeling generous today. Let's go with option A. You happily oblige the request, letting the man partake of some of your supplies. He slowly stands up, thanks you, and then heads toward Gloomhaven as you head in the opposite direction. Consume one collective item. And this goes back into the bottom of the deck. One collective item. Well, who can afford to lose an item? I think on my brute, I will lose the minor power potion. I think I can afford to lose that. So that's out of my inventory. Well, my characters have made it to the outer ritual chamber. Quick dungeon overview. This is an incredibly small dungeon. There's only 3 rooms total. The goal is to kill all enemies. Requirements are Dark Bounty, Party Complete, which I do have. I'm trying something different this game. On the back of each monster, I've put a number token. This is to help identify the number of the monster standees, because I've noticed when I did my editing, it's not always easy to see the actual printed numbers that are on the standees, which is right in that circle there. So I had these Lego numbered bricks. I figured I'll just stick them on the bottom of the standee and see if that shows up. Some of them aren't quite visible, but they will become visible once I move them around. I can see the numbers looking this way. This is really for the benefit of the camera. So if you're watching this video at home, I now have my health tracker that I've put on the screen. And on the health tracker, I've got the number of the monster standees. To help figure out which monster is which, then I put these number tokens on the standees. Hopefully it's beneficial and not distracting. In this first room, there's a staggering amount of monsters. There are 4 cultists. 2 of them are elite, 2 of them are normal, and 1 elite living corpse. There's an altar toward the end of the room. That's an obstacle. Now these cultists, sometimes their ability cards will say to summon living bones. So my objective is always to get rid of the cultists as soon as possible, otherwise they just keep spawning monsters. I've decided to play on difficulty level 1, even though my characters now are level 5. And the reason why I'm doing that, I just find this game so difficult. And my character's abilities, they don't have a lot of strength in their attacks. So increasing the monster's level mostly increases its health. It sometimes increases the attack, but the health goes up quite a bit. And I just think it would be too challenging. So I'm going to see what it's like on level 1. If it's way too easy, then I'll consider bumping the next scenario up to level 2. There is one special rule for this particular scenario. It says all living corpses, in this case there's only 1 of them, are 2 levels higher than the scenario level. So I'm playing at scenario level 1, so the living corpse is at level 3. Everybody else is at level 1. Well, I'm going to move into the room. I think I'll keep my characters together. So I'm going to put my Spellweaver just slightly behind my Brute. My Brute's got the most health. So that's my starting position. First I got to read the introduction text. As you enter the crypt, a familiar face greets you at the bottom of the stairs. He grins from ear to ear. Ah, so you have come. Again, we thank you graciously for your help in taking out that pesky necromancer. Come, let me make introductions. The hooded figure leads you through a stone door and heads into a large room. He points at a black, flaming rift in space. This, he says, failing to mask his giddiness, is our master, the Gloom. It wanted to thank you personally for murdering so many of our brothers and setting back our plans. Out of the rift, a group of horrendous bloated corpses appears and shambles toward you. You are worthless fodder, the figure suddenly screams in exhilaration. Did you think you could come back into our graces so easily? You are here to die. Then you can join our cause as a corpse, just like the rest of these unworthy fools. On that happy note, let's get started. Start of round 1. Cultist goes first. Unfortunately. -1 to movement. Base movement is 2. So they're all going to move 1. So the elite cultists go first. This is elite cultist number 1 and number 4. So number 1 will go first. It'll move 1. Well, it'll just go there. Attack -1, but it's a melee attack. And has this ability on death. Explode. Not great. Cultist number 4. It will just move 1. Now for the normal cultist, we have number 2 and number 3. So number 2 can move 1. So there's 2 equal hexes that'll get it closer to the brute. So I'm going to roll 4-sided die and say 1 to 2 it moves there, 3 to 4 it moves there. 3. Now cultist number 3, have the same situation. Both of these hexes get it closer to the Spellweaver in this case. So again, 1 to 2 here, 3 to 4 there. That's the end of the cultist's turn. My Spellweaver is next. I'm going to use the bottom of fire orbs. I can move up to 3, but I'm only going to move 2. I'm going to move right here. Now the upper part of forked beam. Attack 2, range of 3, target 2. I'm going to target the living corpse first. So attack 2, +0. So hit living corpse number 4 for 2. It's down to 11 health. I get an experience for using this. Now I'm actually going to target cultist number 4, +1. So I hit cultist 4 for 3. Puts it down to 6 health. Brute is next. I'm going to use the bottom of hook and chain. I can move up to 4, but I'm only going to move 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Now, since I moved in a straight line, I can also attack for 3, because I moved 3 hexes. So attacking cultist number 3, +0. So I hit him for 3. He's down to 2 health. Well, now I have a decision. Do I eliminate that cultist, and when I do, it will explode? Or do I move on? I might as well try. So I'm going to now use the upper part of skirmishing maneuver. So first ability is attack of 2. I will attack cultist number 3, +1. Well, that'll do it. So cultist number 3 takes 3 damage. So that eliminates cultist number 3. However, the cultist on death explodes in a starburst for an base attack of 1 + 2, so attack of 3. The brute is within that starburst pattern, so the brute's going to get hit with an attack of 3, +1. So the brute gets hit for 4. I still think that was an okay trade-off. I wanted to get rid of at least one cultist. Now I still have a couple more abilities on this card. I can now move another 2. I think I will move just 1, move here, and now I can attack again. So I'm going to attack cultist number 4 with an attack of 2, +0. I hit it for 2. It's down to 4 health. Still my turn. I'm going to use my mountain hammer to summon a warrior spirit. Again, I'm going to use my zombie pirate minifig to represent the warrior spirit. I think I'll summon him right next to the cultist. This guy's got a health of 4, but it can't act on this turn. It'll attack before my brute on the next turn. That is the end of round 1. This living corpse card gets shuffled. No conditions, no elements. Start of round 2. My brute goes first, which means my warrior spirit goes first. It's just going to attack of 3, and attack cultist number 4, +1. So hits him for 4. It already had 5 damage, so it was at a health of 4. That'll do it. Cultist number 4 is eliminated. Sweet. The brute can go now. I'm going to use the upper part of Unstoppable Charge for an attack of 5, and I'm attacking Living Corpse. +1. Hit the Living Corpse for 6. Puts it up to 8 damage. It has 5 health left. And I get an experience point for using that. Now I'm going to use the bottom of Eye for an Eye to heal myself for 2. And this puts the Earth element into the element table. Spellbeaver's next. I'm going to use the bottom of Engulfed in Flames. On the next 5 melee attacks targeting you, gain Retaliate of 3. This is persistent until consumed. Stick a token on there. Now the upper part of Flashing Burst for an attack of 3, range of 3, and I'm going to attack the Living Corpse. The Bless card, 2 times. So I hit Living Corpse for 6. It only had 5 health left. That'll do it. Living Corpse has been eliminated, and this puts the light element into the element table. Now there's no more living corpses in the game, so I'm going to get rid of this tray. And this Bless card gets removed. Next is the Cultist. The Elite Cultist will go first. It can move, movement of 2, and then attack. Well, it's got 2 equal paths to go. If there's a conflict about where to go, it'll go toward the enemy that attacked first in the round, and that actually is the Warrior Spirit. So it's going to move this way. 1, 2, and attack the Warrior Spirit with an attack of 2. Oof. 2 times. Well, in the Warrior Spirit's case, he does not have the Iron Helmet like my Brute would have. So that is a hit of 4 on the Warrior Spirit, and that will eliminate the Warrior Spirit. It only has a health of 4. Now, Cultist number 2 can move 2. It'll just move toward the Brute. And again, I've got 2 equal hexes it could get into. I'm going to say 1 to 2 here, 3 to 4 there. That is the end of round 2. Shuffle the monster deck. Boy, 2 cards and I drew the 2 times card. Well, I've got to keep track of monsters the Brute has eliminated. So the Brute so far has killed 1 monster, so I can keep track of that. And I believe the summoned monster's kills are credited to the person that summoned them. So the Warrior Spirit killed a monster, so my Brute will get credit for that kill. So he's got 2 kills now. Light and Earth go to Waning. Start around 3. My Brute and the Cultist are tied for initiative, so the Brute will go first. I'm using the upper part of Juggernaut to move 2. I'm just going to move 1, land on this coin, and now attack Cultist number 2 for 2. And I pick the Bless card, so I hit it for 4. So Cultist number 2 takes 4 damage. Only has 1 health left. Well, now I'm going to use the bottom part of Spare Dagger to attack for another 2. See if I can finish him off. +1. So I hit him for 3. That'll do it. Only had 1 health left. Cultist is next. It can move up to 2. It only needs to move 1 to get next to the Brute. And attack the Brute with an attack of 2. +0. Brute gets hit for 2. Oh, and I got another kill on the Brute. So I'm up to 3 now. Spellweaver's next. I'm using the upper part of Mana Bolt. Attack 2, range of 3. I can consume any element to gain another attack and get an experience point. So I'm going to consume the light element. So my attack is now 3. Attacking the Cultist, -1. So attacks back down to 2. Cultist number 1 takes 2 damage. Now the bottom part of Flame Strike for another attack of 2, +0. Hit him for another 2. So he's down to 5 health. And that's the end of my turn. Well, end of round 3 cleanup. Earth goes to inert. Take out this Bless card. I only have 2 cards left on my Spellweaver, so I'm going to do a short rest. I have 5 cards in my discard, so I'm going to roll a 6-sided die and just count down. 4. I'm going to lose Forked Beam. Oh, too bad. Get the rest of them back. Brute, I still have 4 cards, so I'm good for another turn. Start around 4. Got to get rid of this Cultist. I've been lucky so far that they haven't summoned any living bones. It's definitely made this easier. So I'm wondering then if I should open a door. Brute goes first. I'm going to use the upper part of Warding Strength for an attack of 3 with a push. Attacking the Cultist. +1. Hit the Cultist for 4. Puts it up to 8 damage, 1 health left. And I think I will actually use the push. I'm going to push the Cultist 2. I'll just push it over here. Now the bottom part, Provoking Roar, I'm just going to use for the base movement of 2. I will move right there. Oh, it was on a coin. Forgot about that. I get the coin. Spellweaver's next. Well, that Cultist only has 1 health left, and I drew the card that summons living bones, so I'm going to change what I was going to do. I'm using the bottom part of Flashing Burst for a move of 4. I'm going to go 1, 2 into this door, 3, 4, and I'm going to land, actually, yeah, I'm going to land right there. Now that this door is open, this room is quite small. There's 3 money tokens, one of which I'm standing on, an elite Sun Demon and a normal Sun Demon. Now I can still finish my turn. I'm using the upper part of Fire Orbs, attack of 3, range of 3, target 3, and I can actually target all 3 enemies here. Because I can see, I still have line of sight through that door. If I go from the corner of that hex to the corner of this one, it goes right through the door. So let's attack the Cultist first. I'm going to get 1 experience for each enemy, so 3 experience. Attacking the Cultist, +0. Well, it only had 1 health left. I hit it for 3. The Cultist has been eliminated. Ooh, there's 2 coins there. Now I'm going to attack Sun Demon number 5. Now these guys have a shield of 1, +0. So hit for 3, -1 for the shield. I hit it for 2. This is Sun Demon number 5 and Sun Demon number 6. Sun Demon number 5 has a health of 12, so he's down to 10. Now attacking Sun Demon number 6. Null. So that attack has been nullified. But I get my 3 experience. And this puts the fire element to the element table. And I lose this card. Sun Demons are next. -1 to movement. -1 to attack, target all adjacent enemies. And then if the dark element was present, it would muddle itself. But there's no dark element. Right, so Elite goes first. Its base movement is 2, -1, so it can move 1. And it has advantage on its attack. Well, it can move either here or there. So I'm going to say 1 to 2 it moves there, 3 to 4 it goes there. That's a 1. And attack the Spellweaver with an attack of 3 -1. So an attack of 2, but I get advantage. So first card, +1. Second card, null. Well, too bad. The best of 2 cards is +1. So Spellweaver will get hit for 3. Spellweaver is down to 7 health. Brute is at 14 health. But I can consume a charge of Engulfed in Flames, get an experience point for consuming a charge, and that means the Sun Demon will take 3 retaliate damage. That ignores the shield. So that puts the Sun Demon up to 5 damage. So down to 7 health. Sun Demon number 6 goes next. Well, again, can move 1. Again, I got 1 to 2 there, 3 to 4 there. This guy move there. And attack the Spellweaver. Again, advantage. Ooh, +2. Well, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the right card. Or +1. So +2 is the better. Hits the Spellweaver for another 3. Spellweaver's down to 4 health. But again, consume a charge or retaliate, and the Sun Demon will get hit for 3. So the normal Sun Demon is down to 4 health. The Elite is down to 7 health. And that is the end of round 4. Fire goes to waning. I need to shuffle the monster deck. Monster's getting a lot of good card draws. Shuffle in the cultist deck. Cultists are now gone, so I'm going to remove this tray. And with the cultist gone, that means there's no living bones, so they never even got to play. So all I have left are Night Demons and Sun Demons. That's good. I have to shuffle Spellweaver deck because I drew the Null card. Brute is down to 2 cards. Do a short rest on the Brute. 8 cards in the discard. Roll my 8-sided die. I'm losing Juggernaut. Get the rest of them back. Spellweaver sitting on a coin. I'll take that. Start around 5. My Spellweaver goes first. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Minor Healing Potion to heal myself for 3. So I'm up to 7 health. Now I'm going to use the bottom part of Frost Armor. The next 2 sources of damage to you suffer no damage instead. That's persistent until consumed. Stick a token on there. Then the upper part of Reviving Ether to recover all of my lost cards. And I lose this card in the process. So I'm recovering Fire Orbs and Forked Beam. And that puts the Dark element into the element table. Sun Demon's next. Well, they don't need to move because they're right next to the Spellweaver. They have an attack at all adjacent enemies. Well, moving won't get them within melee range of 2 enemies. So they're just going to stay where they are and attack the Spellweaver. So Elite Sun Demon goes first, attacking the Spellweaver with an attack of 3 + 0. Now, a couple things happen here. I can activate a charge of Frost Armor to absorb that damage. One I forgot, I have to put the Frost element into the element table when I played Frost Armor. I get an experience point for blocking that damage. And also, I consume a charge of Retaliate, also get an experience point. And the Sun Demon will get hit for 3. Sun Demon number 5 is now up to 8 damage. It's down to 4 health. Now Sun Demon number 6. This time attacks only 2. Oh, sorry. The Sun Demon had advantage. So the second card on the first Sun Demon is +0. So they were both +0. So no change to the first Sun Demon's attack. Second Sun Demon number 6. Advantage. First card, -2. Second card, -1. So -1 is the better card. So hits a Spellweaver for 1. I can absorb another point of damage with my Frost Armor, get another experience point. And now Frost Armor is consumed. And another charge of Engulfed in Flames to do 3 damage to the Sun Demon. Sun Demon number 6 is down to 1 health. Brute is next. I'm going to use the bottom of Leaping Cleave to move 3. I'll move right there. That puts the air element into the element table. Now the upper part of Trample, attack a 3 with a Pierce. So the Pierce can ignore the shield. Attacking Sun Demon number 5, +0. So I hit him for 3. Pierce can ignore the shield. That puts him up to 11 damage. 1 health left. That is the end of round 5. Fire goes to inert. Dark, ice, and air go to waning. Oh, the Sun Demon's card. The Sun Demon's card actually put the light element into the element table, but now that goes to waning because it's the end of the round. So both the Elite and the normal Sun Demon are down to 1 health. Don't need to rest on any of my characters, so I'm good there. Start around 6. Well, my Brute can probably get rid of those 2 enemies. My Brute goes first. I'm going to use the upper part of Skirmishing Maneuver for an attack of 2. Move 2, then another attack. I'm going to attack the Elite Sun Demon first. Attack 2. Rolling modifier. Pierce of 3. +3. Well, it only had 1 health left, so I hit it for 5. The Pierce let me ignore the armor, so it would have been a pure attack of 5. It only had 1 health left. The Elite Sun Demon is gone. Now I can move 2, so I'll go 1, 2, and I'll attack the other Sun Demon. with another attack of 2, plus 0. In this case, there's a shield of 1, so I hit it for 1, but it only had 1 health left. That'll take care of Sun Demon number 6. Now I can use the bottom part of Eye for an Eye to heal for 2 with a range of 1, and actually I'm going to heal the Spellweaver for 2. She's within a range of 1. That puts the Earth element into the element table. Now there's no more Sun Demons, so I can get that out of there. Spellweaver's next. Well, there's really nothing much to do. I'm going to use the bottom part of Fire Orbs to move 3. Might as well land on some money. And then the upper part of Mana Bolt, I just can't use. They both go in my discard. Oh, the Brute got rid of another 2 monsters, so he has achieved his battle goal, killing 5 or more monsters. And round 6 cleanup, light, dark, ice, air go to inert. Earth goes to waning. No shuffle symbols anywhere. Brute is sitting on a coin. And Spellweaver is sitting on 2 coins. Spellweaver down to 2 cards. Brute still has a lot of cards. Start around 7. Well, I need to move. And I need to move a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's 11 hexes to get to this other room. Well, the Brute goes first. I'm using the bottom part of Hook and Chain to move 4. And I'm also going to use my Boots of Striding for another 2 movement. So I can move up to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the upper part of Provoking Roar just cannot use. Spellweaver. I'm using the bottom part of Forked Beam and also using my Boots of Striding to get another 2 movement. So I can also move 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the upper part of Flame Strike, can't use. And around 7 cleanup, Earth goes to inert. I'm going to do a long rest on the Spellweaver, so I'll declare that on the next turn. Brute, do I have any movement cards? I'm going to use short rest on the Brute. 6 cards in my discard, roll a 6-sided die. 6. I'm losing Leaping Cleave. Start around 8. Declaring a long rest on the Spellweaver. So the Brute, I need to get close to that door. I want to get close to that door but not through it. No monsters in the room? Well, Brute goes first. I'm using the bottom part of Hook and Chain to move 4. They're both next to the door. Then the upper part of Provoking Roar, just not going to use. While I'm here, though, I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my Minor Stamina Potion to recover 2 of my discarded cards. I'm going to go ahead and recover those 2 cards. So recovering Provoking Roar and Hook and Chain. That's consumed. And also going to use my Minor Healing Potion to heal myself for 3. So I'm up to 17 health. Spellweaver, I can recover 2 health, but I only need to recover 1 to get me up to full health, which is 10. And I can choose to lose one of these cards. I'm going to lose Flame Strike. Get the rest of them back. I can also recover my Boots of Striding. And around 8 cleanup. No elements, no shuffle symbols. Start around 9. My Brute goes first. I'm going to use the upper part of Eye for an Eye to retaliate for 2. Persistent for this round only. And the bottom part of Trample to move 4. Target all enemies to move through. I don't think I'm going to be able to use that part. I'm just going to use it for the move of 4. So 1 gets me into the door. And then I'm going to go 2, 3, 4. Did not move through any enemies, so I can't use that part of it, and I lose this card. So in this last room here, there's a treasure chest in the corner, an elite Night Demon, a normal Night Demon. That's Night Demon number 3. This is Night Demon number 5. And 3 money tokens, one of which I'm standing on. Spellweaver's next. I'm using the bottom of Flashing Burst to move up to 4. I'm just going to move 3. Land on that coin. Now the upper part of Fire Orbs. Attack 3, range 3, target 3. I will get 2 experience points. And let's go with Night Demon number 5 first. +1. Oh, Night Demons have an ability, attackers gain disadvantage. So first card +1, second card +1. Well, +1 is the worst, so I hit for 4. So Night Demon number 5 is already down to 1 health. Now attacking the Elite Night Demon, number 3. First card null, second card -1. Well, the worst is null. So no damage to Night Demon number 3. But I get my 2 experience. How many more experience do I need? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I need 2 more. This puts a fire element into the element table, and I lose this card. Okay, Night Demons are next. Oh, they can attack twice. Well, the Elite Night Demon is going to go first and attack the Brute. First attack, base attack of 4, -1, so 3, +1. Brute gets hit for 4. But my eye for an eye will trigger, retaliate. I'll get an experience point, and I do 2 damage to Demon number 3. Second attack. Oof, 2 times, but I have Iron Helmet, so I can treat that 2 times card as a +0, but I still get hit for 3. But retaliate activates again, another 2 damage to Night Demon number 3. So he's down to 4 health. Well, Night Demon number 5 now. I'll attack the Brute. First attack, +1. Base attack was 3 -1, so 2 +1 back up to 3. Brute gets hit for another 3. This is devastating. But retaliate triggers yet again. And that's 2 damage to Night Demon number 5. It only had 1 health left, so that will get rid of Night Demon number 5. Brute is taking a punishment here. But I get 3 experience. And that is the end of round 9. Fire goes to waning. I have to shuffle a monster deck. Well, there's only the 1 Night Demon left. It has 4 health left. Should be able to get through this easily. And I want that treasure. Eye for an Eye is done. I've got to shuffle the Spellweaver deck because I drew the null card. I need to somehow earn 2 more experience on my Spellweaver to get her battle goal. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. Oh, missed a card. Start around 10. My Spellweaver goes first. I'm going to use the bottom part of Forked Beam just for the base movement of 2. And I'm going to move on to this treasure chest. Now the upper part of Mana Bolt, attack 2, range of 3. I can consume an element, consuming the fire to get an extra attack, so an attack of 3. Now, it's a ranged attack. I'm in melee range of the Night Demon. Doesn't matter because I'd have disadvantage anyway because the Night Demon's ability is attackers gain disadvantage. So attacking for 3. First card, +1. Second card, -1. So -1 is the worst. My attack is 2. I hit the Night Demon for 2. It's down to 2 health. And I get an experience point. Brute is next. I'm going to use the upper part of Provoking Roar for an attack of 2 and a disarm. Attacking the Night Demon. First card, rolling modifier Muddle. So first card is +0. Second card, rolling modifier Stun. And then +1. So the +0 is the worst. But that doesn't matter. I hit it for 2. It has 2 health left. That's enough to get rid of the Night Demon. Well, then I'm going to use the bottom part of Warding Strength for the base movement of 2, and just so I can sit on a coin. Well, I'm already on a coin. I would have got that from the last turn. On the Night Demon's card, put the dark element into the element table, not that it matters. I wanted to have 1 more round, just so I could use my Spellweaver's another ability to get 1 more experience point. End of round 10 cleanup. Dark goes to waning. I get the treasure. So what is that treasure? 32. Random item design. Whenever a random item design is listed as a reward, looting players should draw a card from the random item design deck. There are 25 cards in the random item design deck. I'm going to use a random number generator. I'll use my phone for this. Generate a random number between 1 and 25.
2.
2 is the number. So 1, 2. Scroll of Healing. During your turn, perform a heal 3, range 5 action. So I don't get this, but it gets added to the town's inventory. So I add Scroll of Healing to the town's inventory. Right, conclusion text time. You drop your weapons, exhausted. Thankfully, no more undead seem to be coming through the rift, but still, its existence and the presence of this gloom is troubling. You have done well. A cold, low voice penetrates the silence. It seems to be coming from the darkness in front of you. My minions may not be able to forgive, but I can. Come to me. Step into my realm. Embrace the inevitable. The rift stands before you. You can see this through to the end, with reference to location 29, or you can turn around and leave this place, ignoring the call of the gloom. So new location is unlocked, Sanctuary of Gloom, and I get a party achievement, an invitation. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. Let's do some adding up. Let's do the Brute first here. I have 3 money tokens at a conversion rate of 2, so that's 6 gold. That puts me up to 93. I only got 4 experience, but a bonus experience of 6 for completing the scenario puts me up to 10, up to 233. And I did complete my battle goal, Sadist. I did kill 5 or more monsters, so I get a check mark. And with that check mark, I get another perk. So what do I want to do? Running out of things to add. Let's add 1 + 1 shield 1 self card. Always good to have an extra good card. That's it for the Brute. Spellweaver also had 3 tokens. Conversion rate of 2, so 6. 87 gold total. I did not get my battle goal. I only have 12 earned experience, so I don't get a check mark. But experience 12 plus the bonus of 6, 18, puts me up to 238. The party outer ritual chamber is now done, and I get a party achievement, an invitation. I can move this out of the way. I'll bring the world map over and we'll figure out where to go next. I'll move this over here. So Outer Ritual Chamber is now done, and we unlocked Sanctuary of Gloom. Well, we completed one scenario and then added a new one, so we still have then 6 locations that are unlocked. We can either go to the Shrine of Strength, Mountain Pass, Abandoned Sewers, Temple of the Elements, Ruinous Rift, or Sanctuary of Gloom. That's 6 locations. I'll roll a 6-sided die and count down. 3. Abandoned Sewers. My characters are going to go ahead and travel back to Gloomhaven then. And then from there we'll go to the Abandoned Sewers. But of course we'll do that next time. Well, I can't tell if this was too easy or not. It all comes down to the card draws. It felt just right. I mean, it still took me 10 rounds. So the recommended scenario level would be the average level of the party divided by 2 rounded up. So in my case, that would be 5 divided by 2, 2.5 rounded up would be 3. So according to the rule book, the easy level would be level 2 for me, but I played on level 1. So yeah, I guess I'll try playing on level 2 next time and just see how I do. There are still so many locations left to go. I must say though, I actually really enjoy this game. For me, it makes it more fun by building the dungeons out of Lego. I think I have an idea of how I want to build the next one to make the character tokens a little bit more visible. Anyway, a successful run through of the Outer Ritual Chamber. A nice short playthrough this week. Sometimes it's nice to have something go a little bit quicker. Makes it easier to edit too. Anyway, that's it for this week. Next time we'll tackle the Abandoned Sewers. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.